Hello and welcome back to CMG Weekly FX Market Forecast. This is week 17. So week 16, um, we had a prediction or a forecast that market was going to be, even though market was going to be bullish, right? We also have some concern that market does not always move linearly. It doesn't move in a straight line when it is going upward or when it is going downwards. So anytime there's a sharp move up or down, there's always a retracement or pullback or a time to breathe in. So that was it. So even though we had the hope that market was going to be bullish for DXY, yet we had a reservation. In fact, that notion that market will always a pullback, rest or breathing for some time before going up. So that was what happened, right? Just that there was no massive or strong move in the recent week. You understand? In the week 16, the movement, in fact, for DXY was not that sharp or strong, or in fact, large enough. The volume were not much. Liquidity were not much. You understand? So the prediction was all right. It happened the same way out as we anticipated, but just that the volume were not enough for me. Yeah, subjectively was not enough for me to enjoy like the way my strategy always tells me. So the same thing happened as we predicted. I even told you that I was expecting a pullback, right? For that matter, I even drew some rectangular purple shape. If you understand, you can watch week 16, the video. If you watch it, or in fact, if you watched it, you see that whatever I said actually what happened, right? So we said that either the market pulls back a bit. In fact, I do it to this line, right? This is what I do. And then I had an arrow, yeah, some arrow that market was going to be this way. Yes, I do something like this. So that was what actually happened. I remember everything that I did. I remember everything. I told you I don't clean out my tools until I've come back to prove. I have a recap on that before I clean it out for the next analysis. So that was exactly what happened. So that was it. And even I also said that if it doesn't consolidate for that long, right, there will be a pullback to this line actually, right, this resistance line, and then sorry, this support line, and then it will move up. Or better say, there's just a pullback, a small pullback to this line. I drew that line, and then there will be a gap up, and that was what actually happened. So it got up to this level, just that it didn't stay up there for long. I wanted it to stay up there for long, or better still move past this level, this price level of 106 point yes, 106.625. If you watch week 16, I know you know, I know you remember that I told you that this is what we're in fact expecting for a longer time, for our long-term analysis. This is what we are expecting, the price to get to that level. And then when you get to that level, then we will know or see the candlestick formation or the pattern there or the charts. And then we will decide. In fact, the market will decide. We don't decide for the market, but we only look at what the market is telling us. So the analysis that I've been doing for a long time is that price will move to this level, 106.625. And that was what happened. Right. So we moved to that level, in fact, around that level, which is true. And that is enough for my analysis or strategy or whatever I've told you so far. And that is true. That is what has happened actually. Just that I didn't stay up there for long, right? So it moved there around that place, and then it pulled back again to the same support line. So it's like we have a new support line in this horizontal purple rectangular shape. You understand? So he moved up to this level. Now, when he moved up to this level, I didn't like the idea. I didn't really like it. But the point is, whatever happens in the market, let me be honest with you. Whatever happens in the market, even though the market plays, the market does its own thing, I actually have a foresight of what is going to happen, right? Just that you see human beings or we the analysts, we just have our idea, our direction, our hope of where the market should move. So sometimes what the market is telling or what the chart is telling us, we try to what force it to move otherwise. You understand? So even though I did this long forecast and then got around this place, when I got to this place, I didn't like it. Even though the price action and the candlestick, the chart was telling me that, in fact, the price will pull back to this level. So you realize that I drew this line and then I was updating you in the Telegram page. If you are there, you will know that whatever I'm doing here is not a lie. So I did that and then you go back to this level. Now, when you go back to this level, it crossed this MA, the moving average, right? So it got me a bit shaky. That what is market doing? Does it mean it's going to, in fact, reverse totally? So around evening, I think around Wednesday or something. So I came back to the channel, the Telegram channel. I told you that even though there was no any high impact news for DXY, yet I have that feeling that market will sharply move either in any direction, whether up or down, because it was around the moving average, right? So that was what was happening. So I was honest and I told you that anything is bound to happen. So lo and behold, it happened exactly. So when I got to this place, I was very shaky. So what is market doing? Is it going to reverse and never come back? So I drew this line again, and I think I posted this chart on my social media platform, especially the Telegram page. So that was what was happening. So this happened, and then I realized that I think what is happening is quite of a wider consolidating area. So this is what happened. You understand? So if you were on the lower time frame, then you would enjoy. You understand? If you were on a lower time frame, you would enjoy. But on the higher time frame, like 4 hour, you only see or experience more of consolidation. And that can be frustrating, very annoying when you actually expect the market to move in a particular direction. So that was what happened. So now we are at this level, and then the market is just around the place. So if you go most of on my account or my position, you realize that the price is just around my entry. It goes up, it comes down. I'll be in a profit within 8 hours, and then I'll be in a loss within another 8 hours. You see, another 4 hour because I'm on a 4 hour time frame. So I was in and out, right? Up and down, and that can be frustrating. So that was what I experienced, and I know if you were trading with me, this is exactly what you will be experiencing. If your TP or your SL are not at the right places, I think you might conceive losses. So sorry if you conceived any losses. I didn't conceive any losses. In fact, I have not conceived any losses because I'm still in the trade and I didn't pull out because the market was doing anyhow, consolidating, and then you understand. So this is what happened on DXY. So now let's continue with week 17 analysis. Yes, analysis. Now, there's one thing happening here. Like we said, we can see now that at the moment we are experiencing some kind of consolidation, right? And then already, as I predicted or as I forecast in the long-term analysis, we are saying that price will get to this level, and then when it gets there, you can decide depending on the price action or the candlestick pattern or the chart. That is what's happening. So we have gotten to the price. You understand? A price does not really have to get to that exact price for your analysis. You can get around it. So for me, if I'm putting my SL and TPs, I don't put them exactly at the blue lines. I put them below or above. It depends if it is a TP or an SL. You understand? So that is what I do. So for me, my long-term analysis, I think I've achieved that. So we are going to look again and see what is going to happen. Now, at the moment, if you look at this slanted what bullish channel, right? Price is around what the resistance level. It's around the resistance level, and at the same time around the moving, just above the moving average. Now, per my strategy, whenever price is lurking around the moving average, right? It's a very indecisive decision for me, right? And another confluence for this is that price is also now with respect to this blue slanted what channel, price is around what the resistance level, right? So it's between this resistance level and at the same time between between the SMA. And if I have another perspective, another look at, and then with this in fact rectangular shape that I've drawn, price is just above it. So it, to me, it's also at the support level. So it means that with this 4-hour time frame, right, price is indecisive for me. You understand? I'm just going to keep things as simple until when we enter the week and then I see what is going to happen. Yet I hope that price will move above this level. I hope that price would move around this level. So, excuse me. So, on this 4-hour time frame, to me, subjectively, price looks what a bit quite what indecisive for me. Now, notwithstanding, I have to be honest with you. In fact, I have trades already running. So biasly, let me put it that way, biasly, I'm expecting what DXY to what. In fact, I hope that DXY will what pull up, rally up, because I'm already in some trades. So that is biased. But per my analysis, being unbiased, even-handed, right? This is what price it looks like. It looks what indecisive for me. Of course, with another analyst, right? There's something or a chart analysis that in fact, chart video on candlestick and chart patterns that I did recently, right? Also, you see that link in this video description. Now, someone may also tell me that there's a chart pattern here which looks like what? Head and what? Head and shoulder, right? Head and shoulder, head and shoulder, head and shoulder. You understand? Head and shoulder. And per head and shoulder charts, right? What we learn from there is that this is what is this is bound to happen, right? So you see, so head and shoulder chart patterns. This is what is has a higher tendency or yes potential of what happening. It means what bearish. So you see, the indecision here is very high. You understand? But I trust my system. When I enter a trade, that is it. I am not going to massage anything. I'm going to leave it that way. So you see that per the chart, per the blue area, and then this support level that I've drawn, right? And then with the SME, like we have price with one perspective being bullish and one perspective being bearish, as in the potentially. So we see what is happening. In the indecision is quite high. So that is 4-hour time frame. You know, we do our analysis top down. In fact, in terms of top down analysis. So I just started from the 4-hour time frame, right? So I'm going to clean out everything, right, and then move to the daily. And let me do it that way. Now I'm going to do it down to the top, right? Now, when you look here, right, just look at this candlestick or the pattern happening here, right? So if I should still use this support level, right? Let me just clean this out. Yes. If I should use this, you see, prices are being supported here. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rejections are very what high, a number of them. So if this candle closes, we know what will happen. So per this chart, unbiasedly, it should what? Move. We're expecting a bullish what? Market here. You understand? That's the daily time frame, a bullish market here. Notwithstanding, let me take it from the higher, from a bigger view. A bigger view, right? You see what is happening here? A bigger view too. So we are almost at what? Resistance level. So price can move to this level. Even within a week, price can get to this level. So some may call this a supply zone. You understand? Some may call it a supply zone. So price can get to this level and be rejected. And this can actually happen within 1 week, because this is what a daily candle, a daily chart. So anything can happen. Price can just move sharply there and then get rejected. So expect anything. So bullish can happen here, move to this level, and then be rejected sharply and come back. So supply area here. You understand? So that is it. So you see that the indecision is very high in 4 hour and then the daily. Let's move to the weekly and see what is happening. The weekly too, right? The weekly too is quite on this current candlestick, even though it is bullish in nature, let's say the color, as you say, but in terms of anatomy or psychology, it looks bearish. If you don't understand it, please go and watch the video in the intermediate class, the playlist. You understand? It is bullish, yes, in nature or the color, but in terms of anatomy or psychology, this is quite bearish. It looks like the sellers are in control of the market in the weekly charts. You understand? So we see that a number of things happening here. So price again can move there sharply and be rejected and then come down, or better still can get to this place and then can consolidate there, or better still break this supply that we think is a zone, this area that we think is a supply zone, right? So that is it. And then if I should close in a bit, you see there's another thing here. See what is happening? Some may call it what? A fair value gap. You understand? Fair value gap. So you see what is happening. I think this is a weekly time frame, so it will be difficult for price to get to this area in the recent. In fact, in the current week that we are going to experience, or the pending week. You understand? So that is it. So you see that the indecision is quite high on 4 hour, daily, and then the weekly. So that is it. Now let's move to JPY. So JPY2, let's see what is happening on JPY. Right. A lot of lines here. So let me just move down to the 4 hour for me to have a recap there. Then I'll come back to the analysis actually. So week 16, I think this played out miserably. It didn't play out well at all, because the analysis was that you were still expecting what JPY to be bullish, right? So of course it was because the analysis that I did was that price will get to, in fact, I just cleaned out that zone. Price will get to this level, right? And then pull up. That was the analysis that I did, if you remember. So in fact, yeah, lo and behold, this is it. We have this arrow here. The price will get to this level and then move up. Now, when it got there, it failed, right? It moved too low, quite too low. In fact, breaking the support and coming below it. Now, at this point, the consolidation was very messy. Some will call it what? A choppy market. If you don't understand it, watch the intermediate class. You understand what is a choppy market, the type of market environment. So this is a choppy market. So choppy market, some will also call it consolidation, but this is quite choppy. So you see the things happening, very messy. Now, when price got to this level, right, what we anticipated actually came to pass, just that it was very too late. So it means that if you were you entered early, like I suggested or I predicted here around this zone, then you would have conceived losses. miserably. You understand? Sorry about that. It is part of the market. So you would have conceived what losses and then got to this level. Now, when we got here, see what happened. It actually moved up to how we expected, but it was too late. So I know you may have what conceived losses. But bear in mind, if you had observed within the course of the week, I didn't place any charts, any signals on JPY. Remember, I didn't post any charts, any signal on JPY because it was very, very indecisive, very disappointing to me. So if you had entered any positions on your own, I think that is your own palaver because I didn't put any signal there. Because for me, if I do the analysis, I still have to wait for some what confluence. If the confluence doesn't come, it doesn't matter. Within the whole week, I won't enter any trade on that. So that is it. So now I think you are getting to understand my strategy, how I trade, my trading style. So that is it. It came late. I didn't enter anything. So I didn't conceive any losses here. So sorry if you did that on your own. So that is it. Now let's see what is happening. Let's see the analysis for week 17. Now price is still below this rectangular zone, and in fact below this support line. Now this is serving as quite like a resistance. So let's see what happens. You understand? Let's see what happens. This is 4-hour time frame. So let me move to the higher time frame like this. So you understand? This rather looks what? Bearish. Very, very, very bearish in terms of anatomy, in terms of psychology, in terms of chart, whatever. Very, very bearish. So we have seen indecision on the 4-hour time frame. Yes. Or better as some even call it what? Still bearish at the 4-hour time frame. And now we see a strong bearish chart here, right? On what? The daily time frame, right? The rejection is very, very, very strong. I like it. In fact, I like it when JPY and DXY give me a different perspective. When they don't move in the same direction, their analysis for the week don't move in the same direction. I love it. When it happens this way, I have the edge. So I think expect that this week I'll put in some signals on JPY, right? I'll trade it. In fact, it looks very, very bearish. I like the chart. So expecting a bearish environment here. Now, the weekly, let's see. Weekly to very, very, very bearish. I like it. In fact, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the what. You see, even if I should clean out some of the blue lines, clean them out. Let me, because they look too messy. Too messy for me. Too messy for me. Too messy for me. Too messy. You understand? So you understand? So you see. So generally, JPY on the weekly time frame is dipping, plummeting greatly. So you see what is happening. In fact, on this weekly time frame, I think we are at the support level. And I know, in fact, it has broken already. It has broken it. Yeah, it has broken it. There's no two ways about that. It has broken it. So that means we should be expecting more sells on JPY, right? Expecting that JPY will dip. So on the in fact, on the other pegged currencies, you should be expecting what buys on them. You understand? If you are trading EJ and GJ, more buys on them. So I think that is it. So thank you very much for watching. Please, you know already, we have to wait for confirmations. If you are aggressive, you can enter. Yeah, there's no two ways. In fact, I have to be real with you. When you have the opportunity, just enter. Don't hesitate. It's just a matter of managing your risk. That's all. So thank you very much for watching. I wish you a happy trading week. Bye for now.